it's Jonathan Porterfield of Eco Cars on a rather windy day again here on Orkney. It's a great little Citroen C Zero in this lovely raspberry red. I've never had one this colour before. I think they look great. So it's come from the leasing company and it's in very nice condition. We have a Type 2 cable there, and I also have a 3-pin plug granny cable as well. This is a little lease plan accessory bag with what have we got in here? First aid kit, warning triangle, high-vis vest, emergency camera, torch, all those sort of things. The rear seats drop flat in a 50-50 split, like all the C Zeros. High level brake light, rear wash wipe, fully electric of course. Proper Citroen floor mats in all 4 footwells, 2 rear seat belts, electric windows all round. It really is very, very clean. And yeah, front driver's mat, front passenger footwell, no holes to the upholstery or the fabric. It really is a clean car. So inside the C Zero we've got a normal remote key, which when you lock it actually winds in the wing mirrors, which is rather nice. And we have a non-remote spare key, which is normal for the Citroen C Zero. So we put the key in the ignition. It's basically a normal key, and put your foot on the brake and then turn and hold till you hear a bing bong, and that's it. The car is on. So we have the distance left there, 64 miles. And if I just scroll around on this, there's a little pin here out of the dashboard. There's the actual mileage, 10,364. That's trip A, trip B. I picked it up this morning from Hatstone. Intensity lights at the dashboard. You'll like this. That's when the next service is due. 52,200 miles, or in 12 months. So it's just been serviced, and then we're back to actual range. We have a fuel type gauge here as well. That P stands for park. Basically, with your foot on the brake, couldn't be simpler. R for reverse, and all the way down from neutral down to D for drive is drive, and then obviously we have the D will come up on the dashboard. Speed appears in the middle. You have a little red gauge here to tell whether you're in the green zone, driving economically, or when you go down a hill or come off the throttle, it goes into the blue zone, which means you're recharging the car's battery with regen braking. Lovely features on the C Zero.
That is just not an option whenever I was in
Normal AM FM radio with a single shot CD player, Bluetooth phone as well. Has a light switch, all the normal heater controls you expect in a modern car, plus air conditioning, connection for your MP3 and also your a USB connection there. So, and a little cigarette PowerPoint charger here for your sat nav. Little glove box, the obligatory cup holder. And in fact, while we're here, I'll just show you everything's here that came with the car when it was new. So we have the user manual and the original documents from when the car was brought into the UK for Citroen, because these are actually made by Mitsubishi. So while I'm here, I'll just show you the documents. So no previous keepers. First keeper was Lease Plan UK Limited, and date of registration is the 2nd of October 2012. Type of fuel electric, taxation class electric. So 0 road tax. It's had its MOT, and that is through until 29th of August 2017 with no advisories, and a great service history. Basically in the service book we have 2 stamps at 3,334 miles, and then a year later 7,221, and they didn't stamp the last service, which was the 31st of August this year 16 at 10,200 miles. So 10,200 miles is now 10,300 miles, so 100 miles ago it was serviced at Duff Morgan Citroen. And although they didn't stamp the book, they have from Lease Plan a vehicle service history sheet showing the last service and an MOT and the fact it had a wiper blade. So lovely service history. Not that there's an awful lot to service on electric vehicles, but yeah, really great cars. So with your foot on the brake again, back into P for park, and there we go. So I just walk round the outside of the car for you now. If I get and do that now. And in fact, before I walk you around the car, I'll take you for a short test drive. So welcome to the test drive. So with my foot on the brake, I'll turn and hold the key until it beeps and then release the key. It's now running. So with your foot on the brake, pull the lever all the way down to D for drive, take off the handbrake, come off the throttle, and because it's an automatic you get a little bit of creep and away you go. So like any automatic, you get that little bit of creep, but you just control the speed with your brake. It's so much easier than having a manual gearbox. Rear wheel drive these are. And the first thing you notice, of course, in an electric car is how quiet it is, but how quickly it actually picks up speed as well. Those red lights will go out in a second. That's just reminding me there's no one has clipped in the rear seat belts. They go off after about 10 or 15 seconds. So that's quite normal. There you go. We've got auto headlights. And you can see that red needle in the middle there. As I accelerate, you'll see the red needle go towards the sort of 12 o'clock position. That's the optimum acceleration. If I accelerate harder, then the red needle goes over into the power zone. But as I come off the throttle, I'm now recharging the battery. So with practice, you can feather your foot, anticipate corners, bends, hills, and actually increase the range of your car by regen braking. Lovely way to drive, and once you get into the mindset of how to drive these, they really are really enjoyable. So it doesn't pull to the left or the right, it drives nice and straight. No undue noises. We sell lots and lots of these great little cars. If you see another owner here on Orkney with a C Zero or a Peugeot Ion or a Mitsubishi i-MiEV, then ask them. They really are great. So this will be sold with 3 months, 3,000 mile warranty, and the remaining warranty, which is 5 years or 60,000 miles on the battery. Now if you're concerned about the battery life, these are actually liquid cooled, and so we're yet to hear of any of these little cars having any battery degradation, because the Japanese really thought long and hard and had liquid cooled batteries, so they really are great. So have a look on the internet to see if there's been any battery failures on these, and I don't think you'll find anything. So please do not be concerned about battery life, because they've just got such a good track record. These have been around since 2010 and we're nearly in 2017, so if there was any issues it'd be all over the internet, but there just aren't. Charge it from a 3-pin plug or a Type 2 cable from a street charger, and this can also rapid charge. So this will charge in about 17 minutes up to 80%, and we've got 5 rapid chargers here on Orkney. So we'll just come to a stop on this straight bit of road. So I'm actually now regenning, I'm actually putting electricity back into the battery. Just squeeze the brake a little bit. There we go. It is actually still on. Really is a great little electric vehicle to drive. So we'll just take you now for a final walk around this C Zero. So welcome back from the test drive. I've just washed it, but there are no marks on this car. It is really clean. All the alloy wheels are good. Lots of tread on all 4 tyres. No marks on the wing mirrors. It is dent free down the side. Rear alloy wheel is as new. The corners are fine. So probably a bit of polish on there, yeah. It really is extremely clean. You won't be disappointed. What a great colour. I think it really suits the car. So the windscreen is chip free as well. There are no chips to the windscreen. Now this car is ready to go here on Orkney, so if you'd like a test drive, feel free to give me a call anytime.